Oh my goodness. I can't. I mean, wow. Something happened today in the NFL. A massive trade went down, and I want to talk about it. The San Francisco 49ers. Wow, they've traded up from pick 12 to pick 3 with the Miami Dolphins. So, the official terms of the trade, the Dolphins will gain pick 12, two first round picks next year and the year after, as well as a third round pick in next year's draft. I think this almost for sure is for a quarterback. The 49ers gave up a lot. You don't give this much ammunition up for, an offensive tackle, a corner, um, a pass rusher, especially not in this class. This is for a quarterback. Now, which quarterback is the question? You have the Jaguars is pretty much chalk. They're taking Trevor Lawrence first overall. So that leaves Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, and Justin Fields. Now, I feel like Zach Wilson at 2 is also pretty chalk. Um, I don't see the Jets passing up on Zach Wilson, especially after his pro day today. I mean, this guy is amazing. This guy is going to be nice in the NFL, man. So I don't see them passing up on him, which leaves Trey Lance or Justin Fields. Now, I think either or would fit tremendously with Kyle Shanahan in his offense, but I think they're going to go with Trey Lance here. Now, why do I say that? Trey Lance at North Dakota State ran a lot of similar concepts to what he's going to be running in San Francisco, assuming that's where he goes. It's a pro-style offense. There's a lot of responsibility at the line of scrimmage. He's under center a lot. There's 5-step drops, 12 personnel, 21 personnel. A lot of the stuff that San Francisco loves to do, emphasis on the tight ends, emphasis on the fullback, Kyle Juszczyk, who just signed a 5-year deal. The more I talk about it, the more it makes sense that it's going to be Trey Lance and not Justin Fields. Although I do think, I think Justin Fields would be a good fit as well. Just not as good a fit as Trey Lance. I feel like Trey Lance, he's definitely the more raw prospect, I think, compared to Justin Fields. But that's also a good thing. He's more malleable, With a guy like Trey Lance, he's going to be able to... There's no negative tendencies that Trey Lance has learned because he's played so few snaps. So a guy like Kyle Shanahan is going to be able to mold him in the way that, he sees fit. So I think Trey Lance is going to be the pick here, which is, if you had told me a month ago Trey Lance was going to San Francisco, I would have jumped for joy. I just never would have seen it happen. But after this move, it seems a lot closer to being reality. So I really love this move for the Niners. They did give up a lot. They definitely did. But if they hit on the quarterback, it doesn't matter how much you give up. Now, on the Dolphins side, I have some mixed feelings. Now, don't get me wrong. I do really like this move for the Dolphins. You're getting more ammunition. You're further going to be able to further build that roster. But their offensive line is not very good. And this feels like they passed on Penei Sewell. I don't think he's going to be there at 6. I think the Bengals are going to take him now. The Bengals are big winners in this. They get their choice of Penei Sewell, Rashawn Slater. They can pick whatever tackle they want. So I don't see Sewell being there at 6. Now, here's the thing. While they did trade down to 12 with the Niners, they moved back up with the Philadelphia Eagles to pick number 6. Sending the 12th pick, pick 123, and a first round pick of next year to the Eagles in exchange for 6 and pick 156 this year. So I really like that move. I really like that because I think either way you're going to be able to get Jamar Chase or Penei Sewell. I don't think I don't think both are going to go before pick 6. So, man, I mean, you basically got a first round pick for nothing. That's incredible. So, props to the Dolphins. Major props to the Dolphins. But I do, I probably would have stayed at 3 and taken Sewell. You have another first round pick. So I guess their thought process is at 6, get a top receiver. With the later first round pick, get whatever tackle is available, whatever, maybe a guard, whatever top lineman is available with their second first round pick. And that's still a solid process. I probably would have done it the other way around because this receiver class is also very deep, but I can't fault Miami. That's a great move for them. Man, this draft, I can't wait for it. I think, as I said earlier, I think the first 3 picks are going to be Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson. I can't see the Jets passing on Wilson. He's really good. plain and simple, he's really, really good. I think he's going to go 2. I think Trey Lance is the pick 3. Now, Atlanta is really the first pick in this draft where I have no clue what the heck they're going to do. They extended Matt Ryan's contract, kicking money down the road. So his cap hits are going to be like $40 million the next two seasons each. That makes it really hard to get rid of him, which makes it sound like they're not going to get rid of him. They're going to keep him. They're going to milk out this last run of Matt Ryan's career and see what they can do. So I don't think they take Fields here. While I think it would be a great fit with a guy like Arthur Smith, again, similar Shanahan type style offense, I think it'd be a great fit for Fields, but I don't see him going here. I could see the Falcons trading down, maybe with Denver. I'm not sold on Drew Lock. You can compare Drew Lock to Daniel Jones, but even Daniel Jones, his rookie year, he showed a lot. He showed a lot of promise his rookie year. Drew Lock hasn't really shown anything. I know last year they dealt with a lot of injuries, so that's not completely on him. But even his rookie year didn't show a ton. So I could kind of see, Denver, I mean, they are loaded on both sides of the football. Initially, I thought they would go corner with their 9th overall pick, but they added Ronald Darby and they added Kyle Fuller. I mean, they don't need corner. Their cornerback room is loaded. They have 2 great pass rushers in Von Miller and Bradley Chubb. They still have Danny Trevathan in the middle. They have offensively, they're stupid loaded. They have Cortland Sutton. They just drafted Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler in last year's draft. So they're really just missing a quarterback. And I could really see them trading up to 4 to take Justin Fields and have a competition. Let's see. Justin Fields, maybe that lights a fire under Drew Lock, or maybe Justin Fields is all that he's talked up to be, and he's the final missing piece. Denver has a Super Bowl roster. To be plain and simple, they do. They're just missing the quarterback. So I could see Atlanta trading down. There's not really somebody, I mean, I don't think they take Sewell. I don't think they go Jamar Chase. They could. Julio is getting up there in age. Maybe they go Jamar Chase, a Devonta Smith, a Jalen Waddle, maybe a Kyle Pitts. But I think they could get one of those guys later at pick 9 with the trade down. So while I don't know what Denver would give up in the trade, I could see Denver moving up to get Justin Fields, which would mean the top 4 picks are all quarterback. And taking us to pick 5, Cincinnati. Obviously, they're not taking quarterback. They just took Joe Burrow, number 1 overall. The key for Cincy this offseason is to build a fortress in front of Joe Burrow. Last year, he got taken out by the knee injury by his own offensive lineman. Like, that's a problem. They need offensive line help. Penei Sewell at 5. You turn that card in immediately. This just makes too much sense. The best tackle, consensus best tackle in this class. Get Joe Burrow some help. Yeah, I think that's it. Pick 6, Miami, missing out on Sewell. I think they get Jamar Chase. I feel like he's the best receiver in this class. A do-it-all receiver. I think he's going to be a security blanket for Tua. I think that's a great fit. They added Will Fuller, who's going to be more the downfield option. They have Mike Gesicki in the middle of the field. They still have Devontae Parker. So this, let's find out what Tua is. He didn't have a great rookie year. He got pulled multiple times for Ryan Fitzpatrick. That's a red flag. So, let's see. I feel like Miami should do what the Browns did with Baker last year, what the Giants are doing with Daniel Jones this year. Surround them with a ton of talent, and let's see what they're made of. So, I like this pick here for the Miami Dolphins, Jamar Chase at 6. Pick 7, Detroit. They could go in a lot of directions. I mean, Detroit needs a lot. They need God at this point. They could go receiver. Jalen Waddle, Devonta Smith, both still on the board. They could go corner. Patrick Surtain. Not so much Caleb Farley with the back injuries. I'm not too sure about that. They could go offensive line. Rashawn Slater's on the board. Really any, they could take any lineman, obviously, except for Penei Sewell. I see them going Patrick Surtain here. Now, I'm not overly confident in this pick because, like I said, they need everything. So they could really go in a multitude of ways. They could go Micah Parsons, maybe, linebacker. They could go defensive line, pass rusher maybe. But, they took Jeff Okudah last year. I'd like to see Detroit take Surtain and build a real strength of, a real strength to the football team. One corner is not going to get it done in today's NFL. You need multiple stud secondary members. They just let Justin Coleman go. Granted, he's a slot corner. They do have Amani Oruwariye there. I think he could move into the slot. Bring in Surtain and Okudah. You have 2 top 5, pick boundary corners. I like that move a lot. I like building a real strength. And, they re-signed Romeo Okwara. A pretty good pass rusher in his own right. A sneaky good pass rusher last year. Had 10 sacks. A lot of hurries as well. So I think Surtain would be the pick here. If not him, maybe they go Rashawn Slater and bolster the offensive line. Maybe they go receiver to, they just lost Kenny Galladay. Jared Goff is their new quarterback. He's going to need somebody to throw to. So I could see a Jalen Waddle. I could see a Devonta Smith. But again, this receiver class is so deep. I don't see the need for a team like Detroit that needs so much to spend a top 10 pick on a receiver when they could get one in the second round. So, Surtain is a pick there. Number 8, Carolina. Kind of got shafted, with the Broncos move up. They sniped them. With the 49ers moving up, sniped them as well. So, Carolina was never going to be able to trade with the Falcons in the first place anyway. So, obviously being in the division. So, quarterback would be a prime spot for them, but do you take Mac Jones 8? I don't think so. So I could see them taking offensive line. Carolina is really in a tough spot. They really are. Maybe they trade up. Trade down. Maybe a team wants to come up and get Mac Jones. Maybe the football team. Maybe Chicago. That could happen. Now that I say that, I think that could actually. I think that'd be a good move for either. Chicago, although recently proclaimed Andy Dalton as their QB1, so maybe not. But Washington moving up to 8, I don't know what it would take. It would take a lot. But I can see that happening. The more I talk about it, the more I like it. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. Washington moves up to 8. Trade down with Carolina. They trade. They get pick 20. Probably get maybe a future first round pick somewhere in there. Maybe a second round pick this year as well. Washington, similar to Denver. I mean, their roster is stacked. They're a QB away, especially in the NFC East. Future picks don't really mean as much in the NFC East because that division is so wide open. They won 7 games last year to win the division, so 9 wins. That's all it's gonna really take. Next season, the Giants got better. Dallas is gonna have Dak back, so I don't think 7 wins is gonna take it again. So they need a quarterback. I think Washington's gonna be a little desperate, move up, get Mac Jones at 8 overall. Carolina slides down to 20, maybe a future first, second round pick this year. Whatever it takes, I feel like Washington's gonna do that. So now pick 9, we have the Atlanta Falcons. So again, I don't really know what they do. Julio is older. Maybe they do go receiver. Calvin Ridley, I'm not sure how old Calvin Ridley is. But he's not no spring chicken. I think he might be 28, which isn't bad for a receiver. He's also going to be expensive. So Julio, has been dealing with injuries the last couple of years. He could be on the downward trend of his career, so I could see receiver. I could see Kyle Pitts here as well. A versatile tight end in that Shanahan type style offense. Arthur Smith had Jonnu Smith. Kyle Shanahan has George Kittle. I think that's the move. Kyle Pitts here. They do have Hayden Hurst. I think that's his name. They do have him, but he's no Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts, you can line him up outside. You can line him up in the slot. You can line him up at tight end. You can line him up everywhere. I mean, you can even line him up in the backfield. Arthur Smith did that with Jonnu Smith, so he's a mismatch problem. He's a beast. He's my favorite player in this class. I think he fits like a glove in Atlanta to pair with a guy like Julio outside, Calvin Ridley outside, Hayden Hurst, the tight end. You can do so many different things with Kyle Pitts. So I think that's the move. Kyle Pitts at 9 to Atlanta. And now 10, the Dallas Cowboys. So the Cowboys, I think they take Rashawn Slater here. I feel like Patrick Surtain would have been perfect for them. Maybe they take Farley. Maybe they're not, not overly concerned with the back injuries. Maybe they take a guy like Newsome or Asante Samuel Jr. I feel like it's a bit high for those last two, so I'm going with Slater here. The consensus number 2. Some people think he's the best tackle in this class. Tyron Smith is getting older. How much? He's got 2 years left on his contract, I think. 2 official years, I think. So, but you can kind of see his body starting to break down. I don't see him being here very long. So get a guy like Slater. He can learn from him. You could play him inside while Tyron Smith is still playing on your team. Play him inside. Then once, everything's done with Tyron, kick him back outside to tackle. You have a franchise tackle, a cheap franchise tackle, while you're paying Dak, damn near $40 million a season. So I think that fit makes sense. And that's what I think about the top 10 picks right now. Now a lot can change, and I included trades. Atlanta could stay at 4. Denver could stay at 9. Washington could stay at 20. At 19. We don't know. This is pure speculation, but those are fits that I think make sense for those teams. So yeah, just wanted to break down the big trade that happened today. I can't wait for the draft, man. I cannot wait. But those are my thoughts, man. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Subscribe. Hit the notification button so you know when I drop. Gonna try and drop in videos daily. Want to talk about the New England Patriots. Maybe tomorrow. Their big free agency spending spree. What I think about Cam Newton in his second year at that offense. I want to talk about the Green Bay Packers and their decision to re-sign Aaron Jones. There's a lot of good things coming up, I promise you. So, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.